located on Dadeco Drive off the Danville Bypass.
Clear skies tonight, low 40. Tomorrow, sunny, high 76. Partly cloudy Tuesday night, low 53. Wednesday, slight chance of showers between 2 and 5 p.m. and a slight chance of showers and thunder showers after 5, but partly sunny, a high of 78.
Hey, sports fans, huddle up. It's time for the Pizza Hut Pigskin Report, a weekly football show with the high school head coaches at Danville, Boyle, Mercer, Garrett, and Lincoln counties, along with the Center College head coach and UK football coach. The Pigskin Report, brought to you by Pizza Hut in Harrodsburg. Earn free pizza with Hut Rewards. State Farm Insurance, here to help life go right. Whitaker Bank, uniquely Kentucky. Job Master Rental, let them help master your job. CC Auto Parts and Service, an Auto Value Certified Service Center. Now, with the Pizza Hut Pigskin Report, here are your hosts, Rick Schobel and Joe Mathis.
And good evening from the Harrodsburg Pizza Hut with Super Dave. Well, Joe, we went 2-4 last week. Not a good week. We had 2 big disappointments and 1 surprise.
Yes. What was the surprise?
Danville beating Somerset.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say South Carolina beating UK. That was the surprise.
That was a big disappointment. And then Catholic beating Boyle. Didn't really see that coming. Boyle had a 27-7 lead going into fourth quarter and ended up losing 28-27. So. And then UK, what an egg laid against a not real good South Carolina
I wish they would have played better. It would have made my trip to that game a lot more fun.
Yeah.
I was there at the game, and it was cold.
Oh, that's probably why they lost. You were there.
No, they won the other game I went to this year, so I don't think it was me.
Well, let's talk about UK. Let's stay there. And Coach Stoops, not a great effort again, losing against a not very good South Carolina team, 24-14.
Rick, Stoops is not with us right now. We'll have to come back to him. Let's take a break.
Okay. Take a break. The Pizza Hut in Harrodsburg on WHBN, WHIR, HometownLive.net.
Saturday night. Coach Stoops and the Cats are at home in Lexington for an SEC battle under the lights. Mississippi State Bulldogs and your Kentucky Wildcats. Touchdown, Kentucky!
The pregame show starts this Saturday evening at 5:30 with kickoff at 7:30.
Home of your home for the Cats and the hits. WRNZ FM Z105. Go Cats!
Great. See, we're practically sitting on the field.
If you could sit here.
Your food and drinks will be right over.
Oh, yes!
For the same price as way up here. Great seats. Right up here with a blimp. Why wouldn't you? It's the same with auto insurance. With discounts up to 40%, it's possible to get the personal service of a State Farm agent for the same or less than those other guys.
See your State Farm agent in Harrodsburg, David Hopewell, and Randy Couch.
Big deals.
1, 2, 3. Oh, hi, Jenny here. Just counting all the dollars I saved at my local Big Deals online store. What? You haven't saved yet? Get on it. You'll love the great selection of gift certificates at discount prices. They make great gifts, too. And you can shop right from your phone. Nothing satisfies like counting all those savings. Now let me get back to it. 6, 7, 8.
Go to HometownLive.net to shop and save at the Big Deals online store. You can also find links to download the free Big Deals Media app for your phone. Works on Apple and Android cells. Shop quickly and access all your mobile Big Deal certificates easily for redemption. You can also easily send a mobile certificate to someone else to use via email. Check it out and join the thousands that save with Big Deal certificates to local businesses.
Shop and save with Big Deals at HometownLive.net. That's HometownLive.net.
The Big Dinner Box from Pizza Hut. 2 pizzas, breadsticks, and boneless wings or pasta, all in one box. Heck, swap in a third pizza if you want. It's your world. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Additional charge for more than one topping. Product availability, prices, and delivery areas, minimums, and fees vary. Delivery charge not a tip.
Hey, this is Matt from Job Master Rental. Most of us may have some weekend free time, so when you find yourself looking at a home project, come see us at Job Master. We'll get you the right tool for any job. We can help you tackle home improvement projects to major construction and everything in between. Take advantage of our weekend weekend special. 1-day rental from 3 p.m. on Friday to 8 a.m. on Monday morning. From all of us at JobMaster, go Rebs. Visit us at jobmasterrental.com. We have 2 convenient locations in Danville and Lebanon. Let us help master your job.
Whitaker Bank is dedicated to providing exceptional banking experiences to our fellow Kentuckians. We live in the communities we serve, and we work diligently to serve the needs of our neighbors. This is Rita McIntyre, head teller and branch manager of the South Branch located at 928 South College Street in Harrodsburg. Stop in and let us put our experience and customer service to work for you. Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky, member FDIC.
This is the Pizza Hut Pigskin Report. And now, back to the show.
All right. I believe we have Coach Stoops on the line right now. And not a great effort against losing and against a not very good South Carolina team, 24-14.
Not a very good effort, top to bottom. Didn't start good. Feel like we did a great job putting a first-time starter in position to be successful. I don't think our team played with the normal competitive character that we generally play with. Even after the tough start, we come in at halftime and somehow manage to tie it up and come in 7-7. Then we talked about, again, the competitive nature that our teams generally play with and sustained intensity that we generally play with. And I don't feel like we really did that. And that's obviously the job of a head coach, to get the team prepared to put them in position to be successful. That wasn't done. I got to do a better job. We didn't do a good job, top to bottom. That's it. And as I told the team, you better buckle up, because nobody feels sorry for you. It's about us, responding. We generally have, and we got to do a better job. I got to get them ready. We got to have a great week, and we got another top 25 team coming in here next week. So we better regroup in a hurry.
Coach, what was the thinking behind that first play that got botched up?
Not very good thinking, probably on me. We were running it in late in the week, and wasn't the opener. And I said, that looks good. You know what I mean? That we might be able to get them in a predictable defense, and they didn't. They changed it up and pressured. And so I probably put that thought in Rich's head. So not good at all. You know what I mean? And I know better.
Coach had a lot of mistakes. Again, back-to-back games. How can you get that turned around before the Mississippi State game?
The detailed focus that we generally play with, and it goes back to the intensity that we play with, the intensity that we practice with, competitive nature that we generally have, and self-inflicted things that you can't have, and there's no excuse for them.
Coach, how do you think Kaya played filling in for Will?
He did some good things when he had time. I thought when we put him in a position to be successful, I don't think we played very good around him. It's one thing that I put on all of us, myself, the coaches, and the team. And I told the team that. I don't think we responded and played very well around him. I thought we played as poorly as we have all year at certain positions around a first-time starter. I don't think that's right for that young man. And there's things that he did very well, and there's areas where we didn't do a good enough job around him.
Coach, the defense gave up some explosive plays. What happened there in the breakdowns?
Yeah, I think late in the game. Again, there's no excuse for it. The competitive character that we generally play with wasn't there. I think we missed a tackle. Again, I said it all week. I mean, he's a tremendous back. I think it was Marshawn that broke it. And then on the reverse, we got blocked. It was a good play. And in that moment, you know what I mean? It was good at the end there, and hit the explosive at the end on the reverse, and cracked us on that. So yeah, uncharacteristic, but again, no, not good. No excuse.
Coach, do you think that will be back this week, play against Mississippi State?
I'm not sure. It's been day to day, and it's day to day. I can't tell you how that's going to respond.
Mark, did you have enough time to get Kaya ready for his first start at quarterback?
Well, we had to get Kaya ready most of the week, and so because Will was trying and he was getting better, and but it's hard. Those are the injury that he has. It's just hard to tell. So not trying to play any games with anybody. It's an injury that when he can play, he will play.
And that's Coach Stoops, and it's. Momentum is good and bad. You can get momentum, keep winning. Momentum, you can keep losing. So hopefully UK can stop this bleeding and get back to winning again. All right, let's stay in the college ranks, and center coach Fry, another conference win over Sewanee, 35-16.
Thank you. But the kids played very well. I think we're getting better. I mean, we've got probably the bulk of our season in front of us, the best teams to play. So we got to get to a point where we clean up all the details, they say.
Well, the good news is you're 2-0 in the conference, and that's where you want to be at this point.
Yes, we would. But, now we've got to play, the better teams that are doing well. Trinity's ranked. Birmingham Southern is ranked. Barry is a very good football team, which we're going to play this week for homecoming. It's going to be a game.
How did you come out after the game health-wise?
Well, we're right at the midpoint of a 10-game season, and, we're pretty well banged up. As we told our coaching staff, I think we're at a point where I'd rather be better be fresh than ready. You just got to make sure that everybody's, at a point where they can play it at their highest, instead of playing with an injury or really, I don't call it injury. No one plays with an injury, but with a hurt, that keeps them from being the best they can be, so you know how that works.
Yep.
It's all part of the game.
Yeah, it's a part you can't not control.
Yeah, that's right. Can't control that or officials. Don't try either.
Yeah, you lose. Well, Barry and Center have had a real rivalry over the years here.
Yeah, it goes back to when they had their run and we had our run. We just couldn't finish it. There was a couple of years where it was a one-scored game, and yeah, it's just been. Last year I thought that was about the best we could have ever played against them, and it's still going to be a great game. I mean, they're good, they're fast, at good speed.
Tell us what concerns you about Barry's offense.
Well, they just have skill. I mean, they've got a very good wide receiver core. I think their running back runs well, runs hard, runs fast. Their line is athletic. I mean, we're pretty good up front, but they're going to be pretty good. They're going to be pretty good up front. So that's one thing. And then defensively, I think they're playing well. I mean, they've got good speed. They have 30 front, but give you different looks. Good secondary. It's going to be a game.
What about special teams? How do you all match up there?
Well, I think they have a real good returner in their punt returner. I think their PAT, their field goal kicker, is very good. He kicked a 50-yarder, and so I think they feel like if they can get inside the 40-yard line, they think they probably got a shot to make something happen. It's going to be a great game. Hopefully, it'll be a great day too.
Now, where will this game be played?
It'll be played at the stadium. This will be the first time that we'll be able. The stadium isn't really ready, press box in those areas, but the stadium, at least for seating, will be available.
Having the stadium complex named after you, that has to be a source of pride for you.
Well, quite honestly, I haven't even thought about that, and it's really not that important to me. It's really what's important to me is to make sure our football team's ready to play football.
Which leads me into the final question, Coach. What's it going to take for Center to come away with a victory over Barry on Saturday?
Well, we can't make mistakes, and like they always say, there's always 5 or 6 plays that make the difference in a game being won, and so those mistakes can't be from penalties that stop drives. You can't have mental errors where it's a third and long or a third and short, and on both sides you don't capitalize on it because of a mental error. I mean, there's a lot to it. I mean, it's when you play a good football team, it always comes down to 4 or 5 plays. And I think that's what we hopefully will try to coach through to this week.
They fight.
That's Center College head football coach Andy Fry.
And they're getting ready to go into his new complex.
Yes, the Andy Fry Athletic Complex. That's awesome.
He told me that the field is ready, the stands are ready, the press box is not, but they're going to go ahead because it's homecoming too. They're just going to go ahead and try to enjoy it as much as they can.
Yeah, good week to open it up.
Yes.
Homecoming weekend. I'm sure it's going to be a big crowd. And first game in the football
stadium. Should be fairly comfortable, too.
Yeah, should be a good one.
Yeah.
Let's go to Lincoln County. Talk with Lincoln County head football coach Josh Jaggers in our first high school interview of the evening. And, Coach, your Patriots lost 42-32 to Wayne County, but your guys kept on fighting.
They fight and they fight and they fight, and it seems like every game this year, even in the two games against Pulaski County and Southwestern that, kind of got out of hand. I mean, even then, Pulaski County and Southwestern, obviously, well-established, great programs like several that we played. But, yeah, they fought once again. I mean, there's no quitting this bunch. And, we just kind of sounds like Groundhog Day, but, we just came up on the short end of the stick. It seems like that's happened, four of our 6 losses. We've been right there, battled and break here or there or a play here or there. It's kind of dictated the game, really.
Yeah, and tell you what, offensively, Coach, Sawyer came back after missing the game 2 weeks ago. You all obviously were on bye last week, but what a game he played. Accounted for 5 total touchdowns, and he got Seth Horton involved as well.
Yeah, he did. They're a fun bunch to coach. All of them are, but it's the first time in my 18 years now, coaching, or 19, that I've ever coached twins, identical twins at that. And they're highly competitive. Needless to say, they're brothers. I mean, they love one another, but they're also, they'll argue and do what brothers do. But it might be on the sideline. But when they go back out there, they're all on the same page. And there's been a few occasions this year where I've just kind of had to walk away from them. Like, all right, we all sort this out. What am I going to tell you? But yeah, they connected a few times the other night, and they're a special. They're a special connection on the field, and just a special connection, being the brothers and identical twins that they are.
Corbin coming up, it doesn't get any easier, Coach, and an unbeaten Corbin team that's 7-0. And you look at their offense, it looks like they're more prone to run than pass, but they've got a quarterback in Cade Elam who himself has accounted for 21 touchdowns this year. He's thrown 12, he's ran 9, he's dangerous with the ball in his hands.
Yeah. The Green Bay Packers were off this week, so or I guess they're off. They didn't want to play, so we got Corbin because it's just Cupcake City for the schedule that we got. And this week's no exception. Golly, but yeah, no, they're a machine. I mean, Corbin's Corbin. I mean, they were a machine 50, 60 years ago, and they are now, and they're going to be, after all of us are long gone. And Elam he's a special talent. He's already committed to play baseball at the University of Louisville, and that kind of goes to show what kind of talent that he is as an underclassman. So everything runs through him. They want to spread you out, like a lot of people, like we try to do. I mean, they're going to spread you out to run it, but then they're going to throw it too. And their line block's real good. Their running backs have some real good vision and some speed, and their receivers, they'll go get the ball.
Defensively, what do you expect to see out of them?
They're going to play an even front. Coach Greer was a long-time defensive coordinator, assistant coach at Bell County, and then he was the head coach. One of the stints when Coach Hilton was gone, he was the head coach at Bell. And then, ended up moving over to Corbin and being their defensive coordinator. And then it took over when Coach Haddix left to go to Boyle County. But no, they're going to be an even front, and then they'll also they'll get in a 50 front as well. They kind of, I was sitting there talking to the guys just a little bit ago during lunch, and they'll base out of their even front, kind of an old split 6 even front defense, where a couple of the guys on their left-handed side of the defense, the offense's right, are the adjusters, so to speak. So, they've got defensive end will drop off, play outside linebacker, and their outside linebacker, when they want to go to a 2-eye look, 3-man front, will drop back and play safety. So Corbin plays a lot like Bell, just that 4-4 defense, and they're going to read, react, get downhill, and make plays. They'll stunt every now and then. They'll bring a fifth. They'll bring an extra hitter every now and then, usually from the outside linebacker spot or sometimes one of their inside linebackers. But they're just going to base you up and say, here we are, and do something about it.
Coach, what's the keys to a victory Friday against the Red Hounds?
Well, I watch them on film. Obviously, they're dangerous. I mean, they are who they are, and they always have been. But, we see some things that I think we're going to be able to take advantage of on the offensive side. And defense, when we have the ball, and then it maybe end up being one of these games where our offense is our best defense, because the Knox Central and even Simon Kenton, of course, Simon Kenton, 6A power up in Northern Kentucky. The Simon Kenton game was a close game, and then the Knox Central game on the scoreboard, it read 50-0, and that's how the game ended. But Knox Central was able to kind of play keep away and got in the red zone a few times, but never could capitalize. So they were able to move the ball and try to play keep away a little bit. And, that's what you want to do when you play these guys. Is the less time that they touch it, the better. And then, I don't know, we might have some trickeration for these guys that we pull out of the hat and, give them some things that they haven't seen. And, special teams try to sneak one in there or whatnot, be it whatever, steal an extra possession and, get some turnovers. But when you go down there and play, you got to have some things fall in place. Not just us, but anybody in the state of Kentucky, because it's a great program, blue blood of the state, and obviously playing in one of the toughest places that you can play in the state. So we're going to need some things to bounce our way. We may give them some things they haven't seen yet, but it'll be the same for us and maybe a little different look for them.
That's Coach Jaggers of Lincoln County. Call the Harrodsburg Pizza Hut if you want to break out of the burger rut. Find out what their specials are at 859-734-5143. It's 859-734-5143. Call ahead. They'll have it ready for pickup. Or come on in and enjoy yourself. We're going to enjoy a timeout right here and come back with Danville Coach Peach, Mercer Coach Yeast. You are getting the Pizza Hut Pigskin Report live on 99.5 FM, WHBN, 103.9 FM, WHIR, streaming live on hometownlive.net.
CC Auto Parts and Service.
CC Auto Parts and Service is open for your service and parts needs. CC Auto Parts and Service are offering pickup and delivery for all your auto repairs as well as parts. They have a pay over the phone option if needed. CC Auto Parts and Service are concerned for everyone's well-being and are doing their best at keeping a sanitary and healthy environment. Give them a call at 734-9515.
CC Auto Parts and Service. Service is the difference. We get it.
This is Jesse Johnson, Senior Vice President of Whitaker Bank's newest branch, located in downtown Danville at 218 West Main Street. Whatever your banking needs, Whitaker Bank is here to help. Give us a call at 859-236-9822 to discuss your options and let us put our experience and customer service to work. We look forward to speaking with you. Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Great. See, we're practically sitting on the field.
If you could sit here.
Your food and drinks will be right over.
Oh, yes!
For the same price as way up here. Great seats. Right up here with a blimp. Why wouldn't you? It's the same with auto insurance. With discounts up to 40%, it's possible to get the personal service of a State Farm agent for the same or less than those other guys.
See your State Farm agent in Harrodsburg, David Hopewell and Randy Couch.
Ever notice how happy a bird looks perched on your power line? The reason the bird can sit on the power line is that he isn't touching the ground or any other grounded object. We, on the other hand, can't afford to be so carefree. So when you're working outside, the folks at your local electric cooperative remind you to avoid power lines. Always look up and to all sides before hoisting metal ladders and tree pruners into position. We're Kentucky's electric cooperatives, and our power is our people.
Intercounty Energy, a Touchstone Energy cooperative.
This is the Pizza Hut Pigskin Report. And now, back to the show.
Joe Mathis, Radio Rick, and Super Dave. Live at the Harrodsburg Pizza Hut, where you can get the new oven-baked pastas. Try all 4 different flavors of their oven-baked pastas and get some garlic breadsticks to go along with it. They have great sandwiches here as well, and superb French fries. It's one of the reasons why we got sandwiches today. I looked at Rick and said, Rick, what are you feeling? He said, well, I really like their French fries. The French fries made the decision for Rick today.
That's right.
So make sure you try those out here at the Harrodsburg Pizza Hut. 734-5143 is the phone number. Let's talk Danville football with Admiral head coach Mark Peach. And, Coach, your Admirals gave up an opening drive score. Then you scored 5 consecutive touchdowns to beat Somerset 35-14.
Yeah, I was just real proud of the guys. I thought it was a total team effort.
again, just a great, rival game. Been playing, Somerset since 1909. We talked about that before the game, just the great teams, the great individual players that were part of this game, the opportunity they had to kind of make their mark, in 2022 in this series. And, great poise by our guys, being down, 7-0, but then, coming back and taking the lead and kind of pulling away there in the second half. Just really proud of, Maury. Obviously, he had a sensational, football game and with everything he did for us. So just proud of him, proud of our defense. And then, special teams, we talk about it. We hit all 5 extra points. I think Sasha did a nice job in the punt game for us. And outside of one kickoff, I thought we had pretty good coverage most of the night.
Yeah, I know, Coach, you've been coaching a long time, and you've seen some great individual performances. Maury Brown, 286 yards and 5 touchdowns. I went back through all the games that I could find. The last 5 touchdown performance by a Danville player came in 2019. The last time a Danville player ran for as many yards as Maury Brown did was a 291-yard performance back in 2016. So it's been a while since we've seen a performance like this, Coach. What a game Maury Brown had.
Well, just very happy for him. He's a fantastic young man. He works very hard at practice and in his preparation. And, listen, that's only his second game he's ever, taken snaps at quarterback before, So I thought he had a really good first outing against Bullitt East. It's just, they're such a solid 6A ball club. Maybe the average fan might not be able to know this, but I thought in the game, particularly looking at it, after that game on film, I thought he did some really good things. So, I was excited for the opportunity for him against Somerset, but, man, he really played well. We're very proud of him.
Got a couple of interceptions defensively, Coach. You had Jalen Dunn, who dropped one early in the first quarter, but rebounded there and had one. He bobbled and then hung on to it for an interception. Then you had Braden Boffman. I thought Braden played a pretty good game as well. He was bottled up a little bit on the ground, but found some holes there late in the second half, and your defense came up big for you, too.
Yeah, just can't say enough great things about our defense. Somerset had just easily moved the ball against everybody they played. And then, like you said, the turnovers were all big. We had a fumble recovery in there. I can't recall. I know Josh caused it, but
yeah, that's right.
Boffman had a pick and Jalen had a pick, and all 3 of those turnovers were huge. And, that's something you want to do. If you can create the turnovers and then protect it on your end, it can be a huge momentum thing for you.
I know you were missing a couple of starters, some due to injury, some just couldn't play in the game on Friday. I thought Chris Greer played an excellent game at linebacker for you all.
Oh, gosh. Chris, I can't say enough, great things about him. He already plays center for us and does a great job there, but had a really solid game at Mike linebacker for us. Josh Bixler played some outside linebacker for us. I thought he had a really solid football game for us. Jakeem Ray did some nice things for us. At receiver did come in some defensively and did some really good things there, too. So, man, it was just a total team effort.
You got Washington County now, Coach, on Friday, and this is a big game because if you win this one, you get at least one home playoff game. And a team in Washington County led by head coach Eric Segresi. What do you know about this Washington County Commander offense?
Oh, listen, they're very much improved. They're playing LCA, and at the end of the first quarter, Washington County is ahead 7-0. So, their quarterback is outstanding. It's the same young man that played last year. He's tall, throws the ball extremely well. He's even more accurate passing than he was, last year. But he's got all that experience from last year. He throws every ball very well, short, intermediate, and the long ball. Now he's got nice touch on it. 10 and 12, the 2 receivers are as good a 2 receivers as we'll see all year. So, they're doing some really good things. They're very much improved. And like I said, I thought they played LCA extremely tough.
Defensively, Coach, what do you see at them defensively?
Most of the time they're 4-4, 1 high, and then, we will on occasion, you might see some 2 safeties, depending on, your stats or what the situation is on, yardage.
Special teams-wise, Coach, their kicker, Jillian Hams, I believe is how you say her last name, wears number 77, 21 for 22 on extra points, so they seem to have a pretty reliable kicker as well.
Oh, yeah. They're improved all the way across the board. They've got some wins this year. I think they have 3 already this year, and they've been very competitive in some other games. Like I said, the LCA game, they were, extremely competitive in that one. So, they beat Marion County, which is a big rival game for them. They're playing at home. So, they've got nothing to lose. The big thing I'm concerned about is just, what they do offensively. Anytime, you have a quarterback that can make a lot of, throws, like I said, in terms of all three phases, short, intermediate, and long, you have some competent receivers, it is a cause for concern.
Danville head football coach Mark Peach. Coach, what's the keys to a victory on Friday against Washington County?
Pretty much, what I usually say, can we run the football? Can we stop the run? What's the turnover margin? Can we, get some takeaways and not give it away? And then kicking game, you don't have to be flashy, but just be steady.
And that's Coach Peach of Danville. Now let's head across the county line to Mercer County. Coach East, he had a bye last Friday. What did you do Friday night?
I didn't do much of anything, actually. I planned on going to a couple games, and I ended up not going. My wife wasn't here, so I couldn't do anything with her, so I just didn't do anything. I watched a couple games on my phone and on my TV. That's pretty much all I did.
Well, sometimes just time laying around like that is not bad spent.
No, it's okay to relax a little bit.
Now, the guys came in on Sunday, and what exactly did you have them do Sunday?
We just did a little strength and conditioning, not a lot, and then we just really, after that, walked through and talked through everything that we think that we're going to see in all three phases against Henry County coming up this Friday. And then we took our young guys out, and they had a little mini practice because we have a freshman JV game this evening.
This probably came at a good time, at least to try to get some of your battered guys healed up a little.
Yeah, it was good for us because we did have a few guys that were beat up and banged up, and we think that we've had opportunity to get them refreshed a little bit and get them healthy. And I feel good about going into this week being about as close to full strength as we've been since the beginning of the year.
Well, that's good. And, Coach, how important is it not only physical but mentally be kind of refreshed a little bit?
I think the mental part of it is the most important. Football is a long season, and we played 7 games, and if you include 2 scrimmages, that's 9. And then camp is kind of long and grueling once we start in August. So it's kind of long. It's a long season. So when you can mentally refresh, that gives you opportunity to physically refresh as well. But I don't think people realize how important it is to rest yourself mentally and prepare yourself mentally, how important that is.
Coach, you got Henry County Friday night. Tell us what they like to do offensively, or are going to at least try to do.
Well, they got 3 really good backs and a good quarterback, a couple good receivers, but they're going to line up, and what they want to do is they want to run the football. Everything starts with the run for them, and we got to do a really good job of trying to take that run away and force them to throw the football. But when we do force them to throw the ball, we have to do a really good job of covering their receivers and tight ends. They got a pretty good little young quarterback. He throws the ball well. He moves well. So we got to try to take the run away and force them to throw the ball, but we got to do a good job of making sure that we cover well and tackle. That's going to be the biggest thing.
Are they big, quick?
Well, they're pretty good size up front. They're not overly long, but they are wide and fairly athletic up front. They move well. But for the most part, they're not huge, but they're a solid football team. They're coached very well, and they're 6-1. So they've experienced a lot of winning this year up until this point.
Winning is contagious, too.
Absolutely.
Now, defensively, what do you think they're going to try to throw against you?
Well, defensively, they're a 4-3 defense, sometimes 4-4. They got a couple of defensive ends that are pretty good. They got a couple of linebackers that run to the ball very well, and they're solid in the secondary. They do what they do. They're going to apply a little bit of pressure, but really what they mostly do is they play gap sound football and and they run hard, and they play with great effort. And that's their MO on defense, to get to the football and make plays. And I think that's what they're going to do, and that's what we got to be prepared for. And offensively, we're going to have to really play hard and play with great effort, and we're going to have to focus and execute what we're doing.
What does the tape tell you about their special teams?
They're not going to kick the ball very deep. They kind of spray it around a little bit. But they have a really, really dynamic little returner back there that does a really good job of catching the ball and making plays, and they do a great job of blocking for him as well. We're going to have to do a great job of covering kicks when we kick the ball to keep their return teams from having big plays. And we're going to have to be prepared and watch the ball off the tee and be ready for the ball to make the play in each player individually and want the ball and want to make the play, because we don't have any idea where that ball is going to go during any kick.
Coach, last question. What's it going to take for the Titans to come away with a victory over Henry County Friday night?
Well, we got to eliminate turnovers and create turnovers. We got to be excellent in special teams. We got to create some opportunities for us to turn the game in our favor on special teams. Defensively, we got to read our keys, take away the run. We got to tackle well. Offensively, we really got to focus on doing our job and execute, get first downs, and eventually put the ball in the end zone without turning the football over. Sound good. Go Titans.
And that's Coach Yeast. Take our last time out, and we'll be back with Garrett, Coach Crutchfield, Bull, Coach Haddix. You are getting it on the Pizza Hut Pigskin Report. Call ahead. Find out what kind of specials they got. 859-734-5143. 859-734-5143. You're getting it on 103.9 FM WHIR, 99.5 FM WHBN, and stream live at hometownlive.net.
Is your vehicle in need of maintenance or repair? Perhaps you work a full-time job, have kids to run here and there, and can't be without your vehicle for days. We at CC Auto understand. We offer free pickup and delivery and same-day service on most all repairs. Let us take some of the load off your shoulders. Call CC Auto now at 734-9515. 734-9515.
CC Auto Parts and Service is the difference. We get it.
Pizza Hut's stuffed crust is the crust that made crust good, topped and stuffed with over a half pound of cheese. What are you so afraid of? Loving it? Original stuffed crust, only from Pizza Hut. Ask or click for a limited time offer. Extra charge for more than one topping and extra cheese.
This is Jason Tyler, loan officer at Whitaker Bank in Harrodsburg. Communication is key. That has always been my motto. Communicating with my customers, finding the best rate, and keeping my customer informed during the entire loan process is something that you can count on. Call me today at 859-734-3316 and let Whitaker Bank help you with your lending needs. Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Big deals.
1, 2, 3. Oh, hi, Jenny here. Just counting all the dollars I saved at my local Big Deals online store. What? You haven't saved yet? Get on it. You'll love the great selection of gift certificates at discount prices. They make great gifts, too. And you can shop right from your phone. Nothing satisfies like counting all those savings. Now let me get back to it. 6, 7, 8.
Go to hometownlive.net to shop and save at the Big Deals online store. You can also find links to download the free Big Deals Media app for your phone. Works on Apple and Android cells. Shop quickly and access all your mobile Big Deal certificates easily for redemption. You can also easily send a mobile certificate to someone else to use via email. Check it out and join the thousands that save with Big Deal certificates to local businesses.
Shop and save with Big Deals at hometownlive.net. That's hometownlive.net.
Hey, this is Matt from Job Master Rental. Most of us may have some weekend free time, so when you find yourself looking at a home project, come see us at Job Master. We'll get you the right tool for any job. We can help you tackle home improvement projects to major construction and everything in between. Take advantage of our weekend special. 1-day rental from 3 p.m. on Friday to 8 a.m. on Monday morning. From all of us at Job Master, go Rebs. Visit us at jobmasterrental.com. We have 2 convenient locations in Danville and Lebanon. Let us help master your job.
If you use electric appliances in the bathroom, garage, or outdoors, any place where moisture is present, you need a GFCI. The folks at your local electric cooperative want you to know that a GFCI, or ground fault circuit interrupter, will help you use those appliances safely by protecting you from electrical shocks. If you'd like to learn more about GFCIs, call your local electric cooperative. We're Kentucky's electric cooperatives, and our power is our people.
Intercounty Energy, a Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
Saturday night. Coach Stoops and the Cats are at home in Lexington for an SEC battle under the lights. Mississippi State Bulldogs and your Kentucky Wildcats.
Touchdown, Kentucky!
The pregame show starts this Saturday evening at 5:30 with kickoff at 7:30.
Home of your home for the Cats and the hits. WRNZ FM Z105. Go Cats!
This is the Pizza Hut Pigskin Report. And now, back to the show.
We are live here at the Harrodsburg Pizza Hut, where you can come in and talk high school football and grab yourself something to eat as well with Radio Rick and myself and Super Dave, who's here. Super Dave. And you can try their great pizzas. Obviously, they are called Pizza Hut, so they're known for the pizza, but they have great sandwiches. I had the Burnin' Buffalo Hot Chicken Sandwich. And Super Dave had the garlic Parmesan chicken sandwich. And Radio Rick had the Black Forest ham chicken sandwich. Not chicken, because it's ham. Black Forest ham sandwich. And the great French fries here as well. So come on out and have yourself a good time tonight. And as Rick would say, get out of the burger rut and hit the hut. Nobody out-pizzas the hut. Pizza Hut here in Harrisburg. If you want to call your order in, 734-5143. That's 734-5143. Let's talk Garrett County football with head coach Spencer Crutchfield and coach Bell County. Got the best of you 44-14. How good is this Bell County team?
They're a really good football team. They're just solid. They don't beat themselves, and they have some really good backs in the backfield. Their speed gave us some issues, but ultimately we kind of hurt ourselves. We turned the ball over 3 times, first 3 possessions inside in the red zone. So when you give those guys a good team, extra possessions when you have a chance to score, it really hurts.
Yeah. Looking at the stats, Coach, offensively, you still ran for 200 and just about 250 yards. And Malachi Simmons had 150 and 2 scores. Cameron Peak had 77. Hayden Elliman had 30. So, you add it all up. Offensively, after those first 3 possessions, do you think the guys did what you wanted them to do?
Yeah, we moved the ball the whole night. We just, turned the ball over and didn't execute when it counted. When you get, like I told our guys, when you get inside the red zone, we gotta lock in and focus and make sure we take care of the football and stick it in. But that's just growing pains, and we got to get better, and that's no excuse. And so I told the guys we'll come back to work today and make sure we're getting better.
Fact of the matter is, though, Coach, you still have a chance at a home playoff game. You got 2 more district games left. You have Estill County, you have Rockcastle County, and one loss doesn't necessarily take you out of that running for a home playoff game.
Yeah, we still have a lot to play for, and season's definitely not over. We got a chance to get better this week, and that we're going to play a really good Estill County football team that's coached well, and we got to make sure that we're doing what we can do to get better day in and day out and just focus on us.
This Estill County Engineers team, Coach, it looks like they're pretty run-heavy. Caden Arvin, 855 rushing yards, 3 touchdowns. In fact, they have 4 different guys this year who have scored at least 3 rushing touchdowns. 2 of them have 5 rushing touchdowns. What do they like to do offensively?
They're gonna run a little version of buck sweep. They're gonna run some power sets. They're going to spread you out and throw it just a little bit, but really they want to run the football. And like you said, the Arvin kid is a quick back. He can make some big plays if he gets out in the open field. And it's not a one-headed monster like you said. They spread the ball out, so you just got to be ready on. Make sure you're reading your keys and make sure you're staying at home defensively.
What do they like to do defensively, Coach?
Well, they're going to base out of I guess it's a 4-2-5, but most of the time, especially against us, they're going to be in a 4-4 look, and what we've seen pretty much all year long. So it shouldn't be anything new for us. We just got to go out and make sure that we execute, and we're playing assignment football and blocking who we need to block.
Special teams-wise, Coach, they have had some issues with kicking, and it looks like they've maybe just settled more on 2-point conversions. Is that right?
Yeah, they do. They get in the muddle huddle quite a bit, and
run some trick plays out of the battle huddle. So, that's another thing you got to prepare for, which, can be tough if you're not prepared for it. So they stress you on special teams. Like they're going to try to get after you, block punts on when they go punt block, and they're going to make sure that you've studied and you've practiced all week. If not, they can definitely hurt you with special teams.
Garrett County head football coach Spencer Crutchfield. Coach, what's the keys to a victory on Friday to get your Golden Lions to 2-1 in the district? It'll be a big win for you all.
We just got to make sure, like I said, we got to clean up the turnovers. We got to make sure that we're playing assignment football and we're playing fundamental football. If you can block and tackle and play assignment, do your assignment, you got a pretty good shot at win the football game.
And that was Garrett Coach Crutchfield. Now let's go across another county line to Boyle County. Coach Haddix, you had a 27-7 lead going into the fourth quarter. I guess it just shows you have to play all four quarters.
Well, we gotta finish drives. We got to play 48 minutes. Like you said, you're up 27-7. Start the fourth. That's a game you got to finish. Good teams finish and don't beat themselves. Give a lot of credit to Lexington Catholic. They did a great job. They continued to fight. They made plays.
You lost Avery Bodner, your best running back, and the starting safety, and your offensive lineman Noah Clemmy backed up on defense as well. What's the status of both of those guys with their ankle injuries?
They're gonna be out this week, and we'll just see how it goes. It's really day to day.
That I know you don't like to make excuses, but that had to have hurt your team.
Anytime you lose quality players, it hurts. But, our guys know the expectations are the same. We had a big talk about that of, you get your chance, it's time to go make a play and go do it. And a lot of that, I'll take all that. That's all on me.
What did you tell the team after the game, Coach?
When things go bad, it's either you're going to fall apart and start being individuals, or is this going to make you come closer together as a team? And they've reacted well on Sunday and today so far, and I'm sure we'll have a great week of practice. And they're going to come together. It's going to make us better, and you got to learn from it.
Well, that's what you did. That's what you said last year at Lexington Christian. It kind of woke you up. Could this be another wake-up call for you?
If it isn't, I don't know what else we can do. That's something. We're playing some games and we play tight, and you try to coach them off that, but you still win. It doesn't necessarily go as deep as how you get your butt kicked and do that. So I know that our kids all care about this. They care about the team. They care about each other, and we're going to get their best going forward.
And I know you can't say much about this, but I can. I thought it was very Bush League. There were several times when you had the ball and they were playing the music over the PA. I don't think that's a responsibility of the white hat. He should have stopped that.
Well, we got to go play the game. I'll tell you the truth. I didn't notice anything. We were just out there playing. You get zoned in the game, and we just got to go play. And those are things we can't control.
But the white hat can, and that's a shame that he didn't. Because I remember one game, Coach. And I don't remember what game it was, but the PA announcer was doing play-by-play over the PA, and the referee, he stopped the game and said, hey, stop that. You can't do that.
That's just the way it is. Yeah. Things happen, and obviously we should have played better. We had opportunities to win the game. We didn't, and, give credit to them, and it's going to make our bunch better, and we'll be ready to go.
Everybody else pretty healthy after the game, Coach?
Yes. Yeah, everybody's healthy.
Okay.
Besides those two guys kind of beat up a little bit, but we'll hopefully get them back soon and be ready to go.
Well, you've got Anderson County this week. What do you know about their offense?
A lot of toe-to-toe running it. They do some motions. They will get in a lot of different formations. Really hold the ball. That's something look at. They try to hold the ball and keep you off the field and get 2 or 3 yards at a time and then bust one on you. So we've got to do a great job of winning on first down and put them in long yard situations where they got to throw it.
Looking at this on paper, Anderson's not having just won, I think, a couple games all year. But this is a game that, look at the character of your team to step up again and you take control of the game early and put them away and maybe be able to get a lot of depth on the field for you.
Well, you hope so, but we just got to come out and play. We worry about us playing our level, what we're supposed to be playing.
What do they like to do defensively?
They're a 3-man front. They will bring some pressure, do some different stuff there out of that, and they try to keep the ball in front of them. In the secondary, try to stay deep and keep it in front of them. So we're going to have to catch the ball, and we're going to get out there in space, got to make some guys miss, go score.
What about special teams? What does the film tell you about them?
Pretty decent on special teams, just not seen a whole lot of that yet. So Looks like they go for two quite a bit, not much of a kicker, so we've got to do a good job.
Coach, last question. What are the keys to a Boyle County victory Friday night over Anderson County?
Well, we got to take care of the ball. We got to limit the big plays in the run game and, go play Boyle County football. Thank you. Go Rebels.
Boyle County head football coach Justin Haddix, what is he now, 32-2 or something like that?
Yeah.
And that's still crazy.
Third year out, yeah. That bar was set so high by Chuck Smith, and
he came in
and kudos again to Larry French.
Yeah.
He won a couple state titles in there
back to back, and didn't lose a game in 2 years. Yeah, 30-0 over a 2-year period, and. We'll see how they rebound from this loss.
Well, Anderson County again's not very good.
Yeah, you got Anderson County and Bourbon County to end the district year. Then you got Frederick Douglass last game of the regular season.
Yeah, that's going to be a real test to see where they're at.
Yeah. Do have some district games. Actually, all of our teams are in district action this Friday. Anderson County is at Boyle County. That is a district game. Our coverage will start after 7 o'clock on Z105. Danville is at Washington County. Big game for the Admirals. If they can beat the Commanders, which I think most people think they should, but got to play the game. If they win, they will have at least the number 2 seed, and they'll be playing the LCA the following week for the number 1 seed. So, but still, get a home playoff game if you win this Friday. That'll be a 7:30 kickoff. Our coverage start after 7 o'clock on 103.9 FM WHIR. Coach East was talking about that Henry County team. What are they, 6-1?
6-1.
They
no pushover.
Yeah, look pretty good this year.
Yeah.
And this is a huge game for Mercer County because if they beat Henry County, you got DeSales next week. And
DeSales down a little bit.
DeSales is down this year, so you expect Mercer to be able to beat DeSales next week. If they can win this game, Mercer County would have a home playoff game.
You got to take them one game at a time, and they've got to really put all their effort in against Henry County.
And you got Garrett County taking on Estill County. And they are, I believe they're at Estill County this week. The coverage starts after 7 o'clock online at hometownlive.net. And after the Boyle County game delayed on Z105. Lincoln County is at Corbin. Patriots have looked better. They keep on looking better, but Corbin is going to be a tough,
they're always
very
a tough team.
Yes, 7:30 kickoff for that one. And then Hart County is at Casey County. That's an 8 o'clock kickoff for that one. That Hart County team, I think, is unbeaten. Ooh. And I've been seeing some stuff about them on social media. This is like the best team they've had at Hart County, maybe in their program history, right? Wow. You don't think football when you think Hart County. I don't know what you think of when you think Hart County, but football's not what you think of. So what they're doing there in Hart County, and certainly what Stonebreaker's doing in Casey County, they're having themselves a phenomenal year as well. That is a 8 o'clock kickoff there at Casey County. Berry is at Center College Saturday, the new Andy Fry Stadium complex. Yeah, homecoming opens at 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
And Mississippi State is at UK this Saturday. That's a good Mississippi State team. They blew Arkansas out of the water on Saturday. And a very good offense. We'll see if the Cats can do anything with them.
They got to stop this 2-game skid.
Yes.
They're going to be in deep doo-doo.
They always talked about how you can't let one game become 2 games. Right? They lost to Ole Miss. Well, now they've let one game become 2 games. But how do you stop 2 games from becoming 3 games? And they've got their hands full Saturday against Mississippi State. 5:30 pregame coverage, local Cat Connection, Z105. That's a 7:30 kickoff. Hopefully the offensive line can do a little bit better. They did not play very well on Saturday.
And all the games are streamed live at hometownlive.net. And by the way, Boyle County, I don't think we've mentioned this enough. Garrett County is on the WRNZ stream. Boyle County can be heard on a news sports stream. Mm-hmm. So that's where you find them, because a lot of people thinking that since Boyle County's on WRNZ, it'd be the RNZ stream. It's not it. It's on Garrett County. So if you want to listen online to Boyle County and Anderson County, you've got to go to the news and sports stream.
Sounds good to me.
All right, Joe, it's going to wrap it up for Joe Mathis, Super Dave. It's Rick Schobel. Robert Wagner back on studio control. Thank you. Thank you all for listening. It's been another live sports presentation of the Hometown Radio Network. 859-734-5143 for the Harrodsburg Pizza Hut. 859-734-5143. Get out and root on your local high school or college team. All right, Robert, blow that whistle. We gone.
This has been the Pizza Hut Pigskin Report, brought to you by State Farm Insurance Agents in Danville and Harrodsburg, CC Auto Parts and Service, Whitaker Bank, Job Master Rental, and Pizza Hut. Join us every Monday evening at 6 during football season for the Pigskin Report on the Hometown Radio Network and hometownlive.net.
This is WHBN Harrodsburg, The Rooster, broadcasting on AM 1420 and now FM 99.5. Now, the news.
It's 7 o'clock.
NBC News Radio, I'm Brian Shook. Ukrainian President Zelensky says he needs the U.S. and G7 support for Ukraine to defend itself against Russia. Lisa Taylor has more.
He wrote in a tweet that he and President Biden had a productive conversation about air defense being the smaller country's #1 priority. Zelensky said the Ukraine needs U.S. leadership along with G7's tough stance to support the United Nations resolution.
A top Federal Reserve official says the central bank is intently focused on controlling inflation. Speaking to CNBC, Chicago Fed President Charles Evans described it as job one. The Fed has been raising interest rates through